What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today's Friday, September 5th, and yes, this is my last day on vacation. I'm coming back home tomorrow, but nonetheless, I had to make this very important video, even on vacation, because I'm seeing a whole bunch of different indicators that are leading to a massive rally for altcoin season, for Bitcoin, and especially for DOG. Now, you may have noticed that there is a lot of manipulation within the market, even given this huge catalyst that was just kind of announced over the past 24 hours. So I want to share with you why you best need to prepare yourself and get ready before this altcoin season begins, which is followed by a meme coin season or super cycle, which DOG is going to ride that wave. So let's get into all the data. I cannot wait to share this with you. So let's go ahead and smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. Okay, so DOG right now is around a 220 million market cap, up 1.44% over the past 24 hours. Now, a whole bunch of altcoins and meme coins have been in stagnation mode, meaning they've kind of been trading sideways, just trying to figure out what's going to happen next. Now, have you noticed this massive dip? Now, this sharp correction to the downside was a huge liquidation event. Now, come over here to Bitcoin. You're seeing it in Bitcoin's price as well. Now, why did this specifically happen? Well, there is manipulation. As I mentioned, over $80 billion was erased from the crypto market in the last 3 hours, even given that we had the worst US job claims that filed for unemployment that was worse than expected. Now, because of the jobless claims and the people that filed for unemployment, that should be a catalyst event for the money printer to turn on and for rate cuts to increase. So why is the crypto market going down? Why is there all of a sudden a whole bunch of liquidations within long positions? Well, let's look into this. Have you noticed that on CME Watch Tool, which predicts pretty much Fed rate cuts for the month of September, October 29th, and December? Well, guess what? Something new as of September 17th is that not only are we going to see a 25 basis point rate cut at 88% in favor of that, but guess what? Now, all of a sudden, if you look to your left, there's now 11% increase that there's a possibility of a 50 basis point rate cut. So what does this actually mean? No matter what, in September, we're pretty much confirmed that we're going to have a rate cut. So this isn't about, is there going to be a rate cut or not? Now it's about how much of a rate cut it's going to be. Is it 25 basis points or is it 50 basis points? That's the most exciting thing. I think that's why we're seeing a liquidation within the markets, because people probably saw this news and they're trying to long their positions with Bitcoin, thinking that the market's going to react very positively. But in fact, we see deep-pocketed leverage traders, possibly market makers, even Binance, pretty much use market makers to liquidate those leverage longs. And that's why you're seeing Bitcoin's price go down. And that's actually a very bullish thing, because some people may expect that this may be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. But I'm not seeing that. As I mentioned in this post right over here, that in order for this to be the buy the rumor, sell the news, which is people buying the pump and then selling after the rate cuts cut in, there is no buy the rumor, meaning I'm not seeing the market actually pump. So this isn't, to me, a buy the rumor, sell the news. The manipulation within the market is actually trying to structure a sell the rumor, buy the news. So basically, they're trying to make you sell all your assets, regardless of all the rate cut news that's coming out, so that when the market does pump from the rate cut announcement, that people are actually going to be buying the news, meaning retail is actually going to be buying when it's too late. I think that's exactly what's happening right now. And before we get into the more highlights of DOG, I just want to let you guys and girls know that since like March 9th of this year up until today, there have been more long positions that have been liquidated within DOG. So if you think that you're going to win by longing DOG, based on the track record, you see these green bars right here, these are all long traders being liquidated. There are more long traders being liquidated than there are short sellers, which is in the red. So just keep that in mind. If you think that you're going to make a lot of money by longing DOG, be very careful, because these market makers and also leverage traders that are deep pocketed, they know exactly what they're doing, and they're trying to wipe you out of your positions, since they know the catalyst event coming up very soon is that everything's going to go up. Now let's cover some other news. Okay, so OKX, their account from the exchange, just tweeted this specific flight. Where would you sit next to in terms of a meme coin? Obviously, they featured DOG Bitcoin. This mainly could be engagement farming, and this isn't the only token that's not listed on their exchange. They also have this other random token on here as well that's also not listed on their exchange. When I've used this specific post and inserted it into Grok to see which community has engaged with this specific post. Obviously, the dog army has engaged with it the most. So keep that in mind. I think let's just keep this going, keep the engagement going. Eventually, at some point or another, OKX will have to list dog for spot trading. And we just want to give a celebration for C2 blockchain. If you didn't know, yesterday, they actually met a new milestone, reaching above 400 million dog tokens. So yesterday, they roughly acquired 8.6 million dog tokens. That's around 19,000 US dollars to meet this milestone. And it's 80% in completion. Remember, their goal is meeting 500 million dog tokens in their treasury. And this is absolutely exciting. Now, in other news, Whale Wallets at BitMEX has reported, other than number 1, which is mainly a centralized exchange, look at number 27, 5, 41, 39, and especially 46. Notice that they're accumulating millions of dog tokens in their portfolio. Regardless of that, the trend forecast is saying neutral in terms of this is a buy or a sell. It's in neutral. That means that these whales are buying in while retail isn't sure what to do. And that's why I want you guys and girls to know with this data what these whale wallets are performing, what they're strategically trying to position themselves in, so you can understand that really with these rate cuts coming in, that's really where things are going to start kicking off. Now, Kraken has actually featured dog in one of their trailers as of this morning. Remember, Kraken is a huge advocate of the Runes protocol and for dog especially. So the fact that they still advocate for dog even till today sets up dog to perform very well once altcoin season begins, because they have now allowed clients and traders to easily swap, trade, sell, buy dog with any tokens with over 400 cryptocurrencies on their exchange. So this is very similar to when Dogecoin came out, where I wasn't able to buy Dogecoin anywhere before it even pumped. And then when Dogecoin was listed on Coinbase, that's when everything started to change. So this is the exact same thing, where Kraken is the new Coinbase and dog is the new Dogecoin. And so you really have to get into this right now before the masses start listing this specific token on their exchanges, even Robinhood for that matter. This is the best possibility to allow people to easily buy dog. So get in right now if you can. Now, before we end up getting into the charting analysis, I made this specific petition. This is very important. So if you go over to my X page, this petition is to start a dog ETF, allowing Morgan Creek Capital to become a registered investment advisor that, since their track record has been really a proven history within digital asset funds and also legal frameworks, fund management, and compliance capabilities, they would be great as a co-sponsor for a dog ETF. And then on top of that, we can have Arjan Sethi from Kraken. Now, they can't serve as a co-sponsor under SEC rules, but they could play a crucial role in custodying the underlying dog asset by providing liquidity for price discovery and index data to power the ETF's benchmark. So with these different 3 pillars, including the community, it really sets this up for a free and fair community-driven asset to reach Wall Street, to allow a new blueprint and framework for the next generation of meme coin ETFs and crypto ETFs. So if you can, sign this petition by liking, reposting, and commenting, where you have Kraken in exchange as a supporter, Morgan Creek Capital as an investment registered advisor, to allow for dog ETF to become the first meme coin ETF built on Bitcoin. And that's absolutely exciting. So definitely check that out if you can. Now, in terms of charting analysis, I really want you to pay attention to 2 things. Now, I've used 2 different indicators, the UT bot alerts and the Lin red candles. Now, what this allows you to understand that when you use these indicators, you can see when there's a buy and a sell signal. So right now, we want to make sure that the price of dog, especially the candlesticks, flip green above this white line. Once that does happen within this falling wedge, which is a very bullish pattern, eventually this is going to break out. Remember, we don't know if September 17th is going to be a 25 basis point rate cut or a 50 basis point rate cut. Regardless, it's very bullish. So until then, we're going to see this consolidation until maybe at some point or another, this will break out along with every other meme coin and even Bitcoin for that matter. So I just really want you to pay attention to this if you actually can just focus on the long term. This right now is setting up for Q4 altcoin season. That's all the way up from October, November, December. It could even start as early as September, which we're in right now. So that's why I really want to make this video for you, to help you understand that right now, these rate cuts are coming. So manipulation of the market is trying to shake you out, trying to make you pay attention to like gold or bonds or treasuries. Crypto is going to boom regardless. But with that said, there is going to be manipulation. It may not even pump when the rate cuts are announced. So just be in the conviction stance, be in the liquidity long-term stance. I want you to not be shaken out. The reason the whole crypto market just saw over $80 billion wiped out just within the past 3 hours gives you a sign that the manipulation in the market really wants you to fumble your bags and not follow what's really going on, which is the hidden smokescreen. The bull market is just right around the corner. So I hope that this video has been helpful. I am so excited to come back home tomorrow. I look forward to making more videos next week, but I had to make this video even while I was on vacation. So by supporting this channel, it would really help if you just like and subscribe to the channel, help us reach our 20,000 goal subscribers. Also join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding DOG and Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.